Welcome to GameSpot's coverage of E3 2018, and I'm here to talk about Crash Insane Trilogy coming to other platforms besides PlayStation. Kyle Martin from Vicarious Visions. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you, Michael?
I'm okay. I have plenty of questions about Crash coming to other platforms as well. And also the new content that you're bringing sometime soon, or was it June 29th?
June 29th, 2018, so just a couple weeks from now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the first thing I want to ask is that the success of the PS4 version, Crash Insane Trilogy, that I imagine that's kind of the reason why you want to expand it out to other platforms. And I also want to ask about, get your take on, is this 20 years down the line, is everyone looking for these character platformers again?
You know, I think the first thing is, it was a huge, not necessarily surprise, but we were also overwhelmed by the positivity of the response we received from fans last year. We knew Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy when we launched was going to be a huge thing, but really just seeing people's memories, being able to relive those from the 90s for Crash was a huge excitement point for us, and that was a big driving point behind bringing these to Switch, Steam, and Xbox for this year, is just to be able to bring Crash to more people.
All right, yeah, and along with that, we kind of talked about the new content. It's called, was it Future Tense?
Future Tense, that's right.
And that's going to be in Crash Bandicoot Warped?
Yeah, so it'll be a brand new level added to Crash Bandicoot Warped. This is the first time really in 20 years that a new level has been available for the original trilogy. So it was definitely a challenge for us to find a way to put in a new level and have it stand alongside the original Naughty Dog levels. You don't want it to be, feel too new and too out there. You want to make sure that it fits right in with everything else.
Yeah, I want to dig deeper into that because, I mean, when you translate or when you bring a game that's 20 years old and you it stays true to its original vision, some people can play this and be like, oh, it's not as good as I remembered because it's in some ways it might be antiquated, but with new content, it's like, oh, you can take some creative risks, I would say. So how do you find that balance between creating something that does feel new, but also is fun to play for those who are looking for more Crash gameplay?
Yeah, so as far as overall, just in general, over the entire game, last year we did decide to make some modernizations to it. So we looked at what Naughty Dog had done over Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash 3, tried to examine what did they learn by the time they got to Crash 3 and what do we want to pull forward and make available in all games. So last year we brought a unified save system, a unified checkpoint system, time trials to all three games. So those were kind of modernizations and improvements and just quality of life changes we were able to bring to the entire trilogy. Then speaking to Future Tense in general, we wanted to kind of combine the old and the new. So we've taken the existing hazards and enemies you're used to seeing, but in some cases we've either combined them in ways you haven't seen in other Crash levels before, or kind of programmed new behaviors on them so that they can move in different patterns. And then we actually have included a brand new hazard in this level, and this is the only level where you can play that. And it's actually brought forward from one of the cut levels of Crash Bandicoot, which is the old waterfall level. Okay,
and I know this is attached to Warped. How long is this sequence going to be?
So the new level has a lot of depth. It's really hard to say, oh, here's exactly how long the level is. One of our focuses for this level was providing a variety of challenges. So you have your, super difficult precision platforming, and for that you're going to be able to play the level and really get a really great challenge. But Crash Bandicoot Warped, if you're not familiar with it, has a ton of abilities that you can unlock as you progress through the game. So what you're going to want to do is, if you start Future Tense right from the start, you're going to be able to play through the primary path of the level without your abilities. But once you start unlocking the Fruit Bazooka, sprinting, other things like that, you're going to be able to come back to the level and access hidden areas and side paths, a hidden death route, and things that you couldn't reach without those abilities. So the level actually has a lot of non-linearity to it.
Okay, and I wanted to also talk about, working on Crash, that is a 20-year-old game, and talking about Spyro coming back as well. You personally, what character action game would you want to see make a return?
Oh, there's so many great ones to choose from. I mean, honestly, with bringing Crash and now with Activision bringing Spyro out this year, I think it's just a great trend to see these classic gaming icons get a new breath of life. So as far as what else I would like to see, I definitely have a few personal favorites. There may be another Naughty Dog platformer franchise that I'm super in love with, but
I see you.
I don't know who owns that, but who knows what the future holds. But for now, we're super excited to bring Crash Insane Trilogy to. Really, this is the first time that Nintendo fans and Xbox fans can get their hands on the original trilogy and PC as well. So we're able to bring this classic gaming character to whole new audiences for the first time, which is really exciting for us.
Okay, cool. So that's Crash Insane Trilogy, already out on PS4, but new content. Future Tense is coming to PS4 also on the same release date.
Yes, so Future Tense as well as Stormy Ascent, the DLC level we released last year, are both going to be included as part of this multi-platform release. So Xbox One, Steam, Switch are all getting releases on June 29th with those 2 levels bundled in. We're also re-releasing the PS4 disc, so if you buy a PS4 disc from June 29th out, those 2 levels will be included there as well. For existing PS4 owners who bought the game last year, Stormy Ascent is going to be made available free this Friday, June 15th. And then June 29th, Future Tense will be released as free DLC for current PS4 owners as well on the PlayStation Store.
All right, cool. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here.
All right, and that's Crash Insane Trilogy. Stick to GameSpot for all of your coverage of E3 2018.